What is my purpose?
You pass butter.
Oh my god.
Yeah, welcome to the club, pal. Wubba lubba dub dub!
11 details from Prince Harry's Spare you might have missed. In his memoir Spare, Prince Harry gives an intimate look behind the scenes of his royal life. The book has already made headlines around the world for some of the more shocking revelations within its pages. Here are 11 little tidbits you may have missed while reading Spare.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
1. Almost everybody in the royal family has a nickname. Prince William is Willie, Catherine, Princess of Wales, is Kate. The King is simply Pa. The Queen and Prince Philip were Granny and Grandpa. Princess Diana was Mummy. The Queen Mother was Gan Gan. Princess Margaret was Aunt Margot. Princess Eugenie is Huge. And Harry, he has a bunch of nicknames. His family calls him Harold. Spike was also the code name used by Harry's bodyguards.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
2. The King has a regular self-care routine. The King performs headstands daily, which Harry said were prescribed by a physical therapist and proved to be the only effective remedy for neck and back pain caused by old polo injuries.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
3. The royal family doesn't do physical displays of affection. The older generation maintained a nearly zero-tolerance prohibition on all physical contact. Harry writes of his family, no hugs, no kisses, no pats. Now and then, maybe a light touching of cheeks, on special occasions. In Spare, Harry describes several moments where he wanted to give his grandmother the Queen a hug, but ultimately refrained from doing so.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
4. The royal family opens their Christmas presents on Christmas Eve. Harry describes the early gift opening as a German tradition that survived the anglicizing of the family surname from Saxe-Coburg-Gotha to Windsor.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
5. The King brings a teddy bear with him wherever he goes. Harry writes that the teddy bear gave the King comfort when he was bullied as a child. Teddy went everywhere with Pa. It was a pitiful object, with broken arms and dangly threads, holes patched up here and there.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
6. Harry and William weren't really each other's best men at their weddings. Harry writes that this bare-faced lie was something the palace came up with and released to the press because the public expected. Also, Harry says, in truth, Willie didn't want me giving a best man speech. He didn't think it safe to hand me a live mic and put me in a position to go off script. I might say something wildly inappropriate. He wasn't wrong.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
7. The King and Queen Consort apparently wanted Kate to change the way her name was spelled. Harry said that when his brother's wife joined the family, the then Prince Charles and Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, thought there were already 2 royal ciphers with a C and a crown above, and it would be too confusing to have another. They suggested that Kate change her name to Catherine with a K.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
8. Harry regretted Googling Meghan's sex scenes from Suits. I'd made the mistake of Googling and watching some of her love scenes online. Harry admits in Spare, I'd witnessed her and a castmate mauling each other in some sort of office or conference room. It would take electric shock therapy to get those images out of my head.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
9. William cautioned Harry about his relationship with Meghan, in strong words, on multiple occasions. He'd always been pretty discouraging about my even dating Meg. Harry writes in Spare, one day, sitting together in his garden, he predicted a host of difficulties I could expect if I hooked up with an American actress, a phrase he always managed to make sound like convicted felon.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
10. When Harry asked the Queen's permission to marry Meghan, her response was, I suppose I have to say yes. Harry writes that he was incredibly nervous about asking the question and waited until a family shooting trip at Sandringham. He managed to get some alone time with the Queen after a day of shooting and nervously asked her for permission to propose, mentioning in his request that his staffers and the Queen's staffers had told him that the monarch's permission was mandatory. I stared at her face, but it was unreadable, he writes. At last she replied, well, then, I suppose I have to say yes. Harry said that he didn't get why the Queen said it in that way. Was she being sarcastic? Ironic? Deliberately cryptic? Was she indulging in a bit of wordplay? Ultimately, he decided that it didn't matter because she had said yes, and, although he wanted to hug her, he refrained from doing so.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
11. Harry says that he learned of the Queen's death from the BBC after his flight landed in Scotland.
The Queen died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon.
Harry writes that when he received news that the Queen's health was declining, he contacted William to see how his brother was getting up to Scotland, but never heard back. After being told by his father that Meghan was not welcome, Harry took a charter flight and, according to him, he was in the air when his grandmother died. As the plane began its descent, my phone lit up. A text from Meg. Call me the moment you get this. I checked the BBC website. Granny was gone. Pa was king.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
In your opinion, which one surprised you more? Share with us in the comments below. If you like our video, please hit the like and subscribe button.
Wubba lubba dub dub!